Have you ever heard someone say that the Second Vatican Council says something? Then someone else says Vatican II says something that completely contradicts what the first person said. How can that be? Have you ever wondered what the church teaches on complex modern issues? Have you ever wondered about the change in liturgy? Have you ever wanted to know more about the church? Have you ever felt that reading all of the Vatican II documents was a little overwhelming? Have you ever wished someone to guide you through these documents? Are you excited that 2025 is the 60th anniversary of the end of Vatican II? If you answered yes to any of these questions or just want to know more about your faith, this is the podcast for you, Vatican II in a Year. Join me, Father Matthew Schneider, as we delve into the documents of Vatican II, reading all of them over the course of 2025 on the StarQuest Production Network or at sqpn.com. We'll read them all, and I'll provide brief commentary to help everyone understand what the documents means. As a priest of the Legionaries of Christ and theology professor, my goal is to help you understand what the world's bishops agreed on, not to get into arguments about the documents. Vatican II seems to be the most talked about point in the church for how little is read. I hope this podcast can fill that gap. 2025 is also a Jubilee year, and the decree announcing it mentioned Vatican II twice, showing its importance these 60 years later. All the popes since Vatican II have recommended that Catholics read these documents, and this is a great way to grow in our Catholic knowledge. It may seem daunting, but when I break it up over the course of the year, it means each day we average only about 425 words, which I think is manageable. The church has these wonderful documents, all approved by at least 90% of the world's bishops, and often over 99% of the world's bishops. But at times they can seem a little difficult for the average Catholic in the pew. This podcast is meant to help the average Catholic in the pew on Sunday to understand Vatican II. This is going to be a daily podcast all 365 days of 2025. Most days will be brief, 8, 10, 15 minutes, but I'll start each document with an interview with an expert on that topic, and that will be a little longer. Please subscribe in any podcast medium like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, or Podcast Addict. You might even be listening to this as episode 0 in an app like that right now, and you can subscribe right now. If you want more information, there's a reading plan, links to subscribe, and other information at frmatthewlc.com/Vatican, my own website, sqpn.com/Vatican, the SQPN StarQuest Production Network website, or Vatican SQPN on Facebook and X, aka Twitter. We'll start on January 1st, 2025. You can follow along with the exact days, start later, or listen in blocks on a weekly basis. I hope you can join us to explore the wonderful content the church gave us in our latest ecumenical council. Remember to subscribe to Vatican II in a Year on your favorite podcast app. Patri, sumo Christo